12:22, and so let's take a look here at 12:21. It gives us some information. We actually kind of have to build our own tables here. And again, I'm not sure why I did this one over here, but this is the information that they've provided us. So I put it in this format because this will work with our ANOVA, right? And so I've got the inside. I think these are paper racks or whatever. And the ones that are inside, I've got up at the top here. And then the three different types of machines. And then we've got some outside ones and the three different types of machines. And the number of papers I think that get sold per day or per week or whichever it is here are listed on there. Well, the first thing that it asks us to do, and I think it does with yours as well, is to draw an interaction graph. Okay, to do that, you need to do this, and I kind of had to flop these things, right? But I've got my inside and outside up here, and then I've got my machines, and all I want to do then is the mean of these things. So I've got inside for the J1000s, that's going to be these four samples here, these four numbers here. I've got the inside for D320 is going to be these four numbers, right? So I just have to simply go there, oops, hit the sum. Oops, I don't want that whole thing, I just want that. Enter. I don't want sum, for crying out loud. I want the average. Gosh dang, must be getting late in the evening. There we go. Okay, and do that then for all, right, 6 that we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that gives us a nice little chart here, and then we're just going to simply chart it. And so keep this simple. You're at home, go to insert instead, identify your stuff first, and you can have the labels on there. That's great. Okay, and then come over here and look at the chart I have and go up here and say, geez, this one looks pretty similar, and kind of hover over it and you go, that looks a lot like it. Ooh, I can have some dots on it. It even puts my labels in and everything. Ooh, that's not good there. Okay. Let's do that one. Okay. I don't know why that one must be like a cumulative or something. So that's not good. We want this one because it shows the actual numbers and whatnot. So you got to kind of pay attention. Look at the labels on the left. And I know that our the outside sales are not up in the 70s because we don't have any numbers up there, so I know that's wrong. And there we go, the highest number is 45, and so you just click on that. I'm not going to, okay, because I've already got my chart down here, and it asks us, comment, I think, what to say, comment on the interaction. Based on your observations, is there an interaction effect? Based on the graph, describe the interaction effect of the machine and position. Well, it looks to me like when we get over here to the old UV57 machine, that we have a little bit of interaction between, I should say, between these two. Yeah, that's about all I know by now by looking at the chart. Okay. Yep, that's about all that I can tell right now. So let's do our ANOVA then. And we've got our data like this, and this one happens to be ANOVA 2-factor with replication. So we do our data analysis with replication. Okay, here's our, I think I got it all there. I got rows per sample. I think we got to go with 4 here, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 per sample. Our sample is the inside and outside. 0.5, I believe, is our deal. I'm going to go ahead and put this on a new worksheet, and we'll see how it compares over there. I think that compares pretty well. Make sure I got the right information there. I think that that's correct. It's done all the work for me. I love Excel. It does all the work for me. Awesome. So we'll go back and look at this one though, and then we got to answer the questions. Okay, and the book, I don't know, has for some reason the same output. Maybe this was before Excel could do this one or something. I don't know, but it says compute compute an ANOVA with statistical software and use the 0.05 level test position, machine interaction effects on sales, report the statistical results. So, okay, so our sample, well, again, if our calculated F exceeds our critical F, then we reject the null, which would be that they were equal. Okay, and our sample is whether it's inside or outside. Okay, and so our null hypothesis is that they're equal, but in this case our calculated F exceeds the critical F by quite a bit, and so we reject the null. And so we determine that our inside sales and outside sales, this way, are not equal. Okay, then what about the columns? Okay, and so we take a look at that, and the null and alternate hypotheses are the same, but in this case our calculated F is quite a bit less than our critical F, and so we can say that the machines don't seem to matter. Okay, the machine doesn't seem to matter. That doesn't really change that much. Okay, well, what about the interaction then? Okay, and what we know here is our F critical is the same as it was for the columns there. Okay, and our calculated F is just 20. Okay, so what does that tell us? In that case, it tells us that there is some interaction, which we know from the graph already, right? So we can just kind of put 2 and 2 together and say, okay, there is some interaction because this F, this p-value is tremendously small because 2.65 e with a -5. That means that you'd move the decimal over 5 places, so it'd be 0.000265. So really, really tiny. Okay, which would support the fact then when you read back through that there is some interaction. I believe your guys' number 22 is pretty similar, so get her set up. You can ignore this stuff over here on the side, and good luck.